We here at the Richmond store. This is the store in Staten Island, 827 Castleton Avenue. Come see us. We got all types of apparel, anything that fits your pleasure. You can also find us out on www.richmondhood.com. Please fuck with us. We doing it big here. We #1 here on Staten Island. Also, Redman and Methodman app. Redman and Methodman is partners with this app called Blazenow. If you don't got it, you can download it to any cell phone platform, Android, iPhone, whatever. And this app shows you the hottest dispensaries around the fucking world. It allows, marijuana entrepreneurs or marijuana critiques to allow them to tap into business. It'll show you, the ratings on that dispensary. Also shows you the kind of weed they have at dispensary, possibly. And plus, I got it on my phone too. It's another thing I'm supposed to say. That I know. That's as far as the Red and Meth app. The app is to show you the hottest dispensary around the world. Because first of all, you got to understand with Red and Meth, you never seen our name on any products, really, have you? You never seen our names on vape pens. You never heard of a Red and Meth strand. You never heard of a Red and Meth anything. That's because we're savoring our name for a bigger picture, for for future. We thinking of future growth of this marijuana industry. We want this industry to grow responsibly. So that's why we partnered up with the Blazenow guys to tap into what this app does. So you know what you're buying. So you know where you're going. So you know who you fucking with. That's being a responsible side of in this industry, giving people the information they should know, because it's a $1 billion industry. It's a $1 billion fucking industry, and it can get out of hand. And I want to be the guy, not with my name and brand all over these products, but I want to be the guy that helped this industry build responsibly.
How do you feel as someone that's been championing marijuana your whole career when it was illegal? And, have you actually been arrested for weed? I'm sure
plenty
you've been
of
arrested for weed. Like, how many times have you been arrested for weed?
Well, I've been arrested over maybe like 7 or 8 times. Even when I sold weed, I was locked up maybe 2 times, but it wasn't no big deal. But as far as driving in the car with weed, a whole lot.
Okay. So how do you feel as someone that's been holding the torch for weed for so long and being arrested for it, while it's illegal, and now suddenly there's a whole change in the climate of what's happening? Like California is about to do a vote on recreational marijuana, and that's already done in a whole bunch of other states like Washington and so forth.
In Colorado. Well,
yeah, Colorado.
Like I say, like I always say, Meth, Red, Snoop, Be Real, we are the forefathers of this shit. Far as hip hop wise, on keeping that marijuana culture alive. A lot of people don't know, even with us, carrying the torch for all these years to for the younger generation, the generation after us, to continue that movement. Y'all, the fans out there, y'all don't know. Yeah, we promoted marijuana back in the 90s, not as a high. That's why, us four, we're highly respected, because we didn't promote it as a high. We didn't promote it as, being cool to smoke weed in hip hop. We promoted it as marijuana is a way of life. It's a movement. It's the way you wake up. It's the way you walk. It's the way you talk. It's the way you present yourself to people. It's the energy you give to people. It's the energy that people feed off of you from. It's a way of life, that marijuana life. And that's what we promoted, because we lived it. We grew it. We shit it. And people and fans have to realize, from us carrying that torch to now, you know, we missed out a lot of shit. Far as our family, far as money. Like endorsements. Pepsi wouldn't fuck with us. Even though motherfuckers at Pepsi love Red and Meth and Snoop and Be Real. But they know they can't have motherfuckers fucking with their brand that deal with marijuana.
Wait, so you actually had Pepsi turn down a deal with you guys?
But we endorsements, we knew that we were shorted on having endorsements come in because of what we promoted. Even, you know, when we tried to go for a couple of endorsements, you know, they was like, yo, we love you guys, but you know, far as the brand and y'all smoking, it's a clean brand. You know, their brand was, I guess, was too clean to fuck with our brand because of what we promoted. So, you know, long story short, you know, because we brought that music for y'all, that feel, that marijuana movement, we were shorted out a lot of money. We were shorted out of deals probably because of what we promoted, but we didn't give a fuck because we believed in this marijuana cult, you know, to take us where we need to go. And now you see where the fuck is at. And now you see it's highly respected. And I see a lot of people, a lot of artists too, that's just like, yo, this marijuana game is jump off. I got to get into it. Yo, let me get a strand. Yo, call my people. Yo, we got to build a building. And they just throwing money, trying to get a dispensary, trying to get a grow going, trying to get edibles going. And all of them is going to fucking lose. And you know why? Because this marijuana movement is just like any other movement. This marijuana movement got people who's authentic. Even the people who runs the biggest companies, they are authentic. You know, they're like, look, we've been pushing this shit for the last 20 to 50 years. Ain't no way in fuck we just gonna let some motherfucker in here just come in here and throw money at us when we already got our own money. We don't need your help. This marijuana sells itself. So a lot of people gonna lose just throwing their money in without researching, without doing the knowledge on the build up, on the growth for it. See, a dude like me, even though I smoke and whatever, I went to school in Oakland, California. I went to Oaksterdam University. That was ran by Richard Lee, one of the founders and one of the frontiers of this marijuana movement. Richard Lee, if you don't know who he is, do the knowledge. Go look him up. I went to Oaksterdam School. I did the crash course. I got my degree. I got my diploma or whatever and degree to run a dispensary because I wanted to learn more instead of what I was smoking all my life. I wanted to learn more about it. And I take this game very serious, man. And it progressed to being legalized in Colorado first, then Seattle, then Oregon. And I don't know what the fuck California waiting on. They better hurry the fuck up. But yeah, they talking about making it recreational. But at the end of the day, from where we came from to now is a gigantic progression. Because no one ever thought it would be in this kind of state of being legalized. Even us, when we promoted it in the 90s, we didn't think it was going to be legalized. And like I said, I like to talk to people. I like to listen. I was sitting next to this lady riding to California one time, and she's from Chicago. You know, she was a white lady and shit, a little older and shit, but she do business and she do, I guess, investments from other companies to other companies. So I had to ask her, I was like, all right, so what do you think? Because she was talking some big shit that, you know, I was like, wow, well, let me tap into this. I was like, what do you think, where the marijuana industry gonna go? She was like, well, you know what? It's funny you said that because I have a big name too that's buying out land in North Carolina right now. And it was a big name, she said too, that's buying out land right now in California for the next 20 years because, you know, they're planning on, you know, they're trying to get it into Walmart. They want to be the main supplier for Walmart. And she's thinking 20 years ahead. I'm in a zone of, you know, it's about to be legalized. She's one of those business women that make deals for, you know, lifetime and future big business. So she's talking 30 to 20 years ahead. Like, yeah, they're buying out the farm right now to be the main distributor for Walmart when Walmart starts selling the weed. And I was like, or Rite Aid or Dwayne Reed to start selling the weed in a pharmacy. They want to be the main distributor. I'm like, God damn, that's I wasn't even thinking that goddamn far. So, yeah, it shows you where it's going to be and where it's going.
Crazy. And one of the, you talked about the big four, weed advocates in hip hop. And one of them you mentioned is Snoop. Now, Snoop has already performed at the White House, and he's actually about to perform at the Democratic National Convention.
That lucky bastard. Snoop got such a dope team, man. That's my dude. Snoop been my dude for over 15 years too, but his team is so fucking dope. Yeah, he deserve it. Everybody loves Snoop, I couldn't perform at the White House too. I curse too much, and my shit is not as I would say White House friendly as Snoop's.
Well, what was the other app that you wanted to mention?
No, I was finished telling you because I had to get my phone to read this. The Blazenow app with Red MF. It's a GPS-inspired utility application that encompasses data collection platform. In other words, tell you all the dispensaries and the information about that dispensary. On the back, we also have a full platform integrating seed to sell software for real-time updating for the consumer and their products. Flower, vape pen, edible, etc. So this app, this app is, it gives you information that you should learn about, that you should start learning about this marijuana game and where you go to get your weed and who you're getting it from and why you're getting it from there, and maybe you should try something else. Like I said, I'm in this marijuana game not to get a lot of money. I don't give a fuck about being rich. I'm rich off respect in my hood. That's enough for me. My babies are good. They got college money. I'm fine. I'm not here to get rich. I'm really here to promote and help this marijuana industry grow to the limit it should, but I want it to grow responsibly. That's why I'm here. I never did business with an app before. This is my first time. This is Methodman first time. So support your boys. Also, I'm working with a company too, Canamar USA. Y'all look it up, CanamarUSA.com. That's CANNAMARK USA.com. Now, this is big business. I only fuck with big business. This is FDA approved. No flour, we don't touch no flour, no marijuana products at all. This is how big this is. Judges is on my team. Lawyers is on my team. City officials is on my team. This is how big this is. It's the first FDA approved warning edible label that goes right on the candy itself, the marijuana infused candy itself. Meaning, once you take that wrapper off an edible, you don't know where that edible came from. You don't know how many grams of marijuana that edible is infused with. You don't know any information about that edible, period. This edible, this FDA approved, all natural edible warning label goes right on the chocolate bar or whatever edible that you eating at that time. So when that paper is off, you can see the label, and it also comes with an app on the phone. Now you take the phone and you just put it over the edible candy, and it pulls up where that edible came from, who made that edible, how many grams that edible is infused with, how many bites you should take before you're fucked up. Because we're having a lot of incidents where the kids are eating candies and not knowing what the fuck it is. That goes on a responsibility to the parent. The parent need to be more fucking responsible. But just in case, a kid can eat that edible and be fucked up for weeks and have a bad digestion off of something that they don't know about. And we all heard about the incident that happened in Colorado where the man shot his wife and he blamed it on an edible. There's never been a case of where edible has caused someone to shoot or do any harm to anyone. Marijuana cools the situation down, if we all know. So maybe that guy had a drinking problem. We don't know. But with this label, we can avoid that. At least you have a second chance to find out what that edible is about. And it's Canamar USA, CANNAMARK USA.com. Go to the website, find out what it's about, what we're doing. This is so big, we're trying to get it mandated through all 50 states once it's legalized. We want to get it mandated. And to all edible companies, you should be looking into this right now, because not only we're trying to get it mandated, but it can help you and save you. And plus you can make money off of this brand too if you get the Canamar seal. Say for instance, someone have a bad digestion on your product and they not knowing it was infused, or you run into the same problem that happened in Colorado. At least you'll be protected with that stamp, that FDA approved. Well, they had another chance to read where that edible came from, and they didn't use it. So they didn't read the instructions twice. It's their fault. And it'll save you a little bit more leeway in court in legal matters. So fuck with us, CANNAMARK, CanamarkUSA.com. Find out what we're doing. I think it'd be good for edible companies to really tap in right now while it's at an early process. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm only doing big business. No grows, no vape pens, no Redman vape pens, none of that bullshit. I don't want all that. I'm after this big business. This is what it's going to be about. I'm trying to prepare myself for the future. So that's Blazenow app with Red and Meth. Tune into that. Download it now. Plus it's Red and Meth, so you know you got to support your boys. And go to Canamar USA and check out what we're doing as far as that. And also, please come to the fucking store. Tap in, www.richmondhood.com, or come down to 827 Castleton Ave and check out what we're doing here. www.redmansworld.com for any of my CDs, pins, anything of Redman merch you want to find out, or anything that I'm dropping, videos, shows. Tune into my website, or on Twitter at The Real Redman, or on IG, Redmangilla, REDMANGILLA. Big up to Brick City, we here.
No doubt. Redman, definitely an honor.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Red and Meth is working on How High Part 2, and Muddy Waters 2 is dropping at the tip of next year.
What do you think about the whole situation?
Man, my point of view, man, I really feel like they tried to paint a bad picture on my brother and tried to make him look like he was a hater. It was some envy, jealousy type shit, you know what I'm saying? And actuality, you know what I'm saying? Bro been having this shit, man. He been in the condo.
I got my hat on and I had my Coke bottles up under my hat. And I'm sitting at the dinner table like an asshole with the hat on, knowing she gonna tell me to take it off. And I'm just sitting there just gawping down, in my zone. She said, take that goddamn hat off at the dinner table. I'm like, come on, Mom. Coke everywhere.